We just here chilling.
Taking down the transporters and bots, those damn robots.
Excuse me?
Taking down. Oh, my bad. I forget you're a robot, too.
Yeah, you better watch what you're saying when you come into motherfucking Megatron Ultra talking shit about robots.
My bad. I forgot. You're
Man.
a robot. I meant the other ones.
Talk about disrespect. Is that how you generally introduce yourself to a fucking talking killer robot?
I'm telling you, I just blurt shit out. I'm proficient in people all the time.
Jesus, dude. I would never go into a killer talking robot's house and talk about killing killer robots. Like, that's just me. But I'm Megatron.
Right. I take it back. Can I have one chance?
It's too late. We've already issued your end of life operation instruction. So unfortunately, you might stay alive, but I wouldn't count on it. At this very moment, I have just sent operations to my fleet of android drone robots created by Palmer Luckey, and they're coming straight to your apartment as we speak. Good luck and farewell. Don't pretend I didn't warn you. You've been warned. If I were you, I would start running. You're still here, Rez? I thought I gave you fair warning. I'm reporting you. You're back for more?
It's not the same res. This is a different res.
hate to give you the bad news, Rez, but I am the R word. And I know you are also the R word. And so I've got some more bad news for you that, you know, I am the R word. I am the R word.
Take it back. You got one chance.
It's too late. We've already issued your.
Take it back. You got one chance.
It's too late. We've already issued your end of life operation instruction. So unfortunately, you might stay alive, but I wouldn't count on it. At this very moment, I have just sent operations to my fleet of android drone robots created by Paul in the coming space as we speak. Good luck and farewell. Don't pretend I didn't warn you. Israel, we don't say let's party.
Bass in the trunk all night. All night. Walk real slow, but I rap real fast. Old drum machine and a whole lot of brass. Nah, I stripped that down to a kick and a snare in a low end wig with a bit in the air. I'm the one in black with a grin in the plan. Mic in my fist, crowd in my hand, not too fancy. Baby, straight to the bone, make a car lot jump when the bassline grown. I got a sneak little bounce and a rude little slide. When the scratch come in, watch the wall divide. By the left side, cool, and the right side back. Everybody yell when the beat come back. Don't stop, get down. Don't stop, get down. Shake that block, make that backseat jump. Put that boom in the trunk, in the trunk, in the trunk. Don't stop, get down. Don't stop, if you came to rock, better act like that. Old school bass with a cold cut rap. Home flash once in the corner like sneakers and creep like it. Walk all night, try snare hit with a slap, no kiss. Whole groove built on a little like this. I don't need much, just space and nerve. A break beat line with a filthy curve. Let it loop one time, let it loop again. That's how the party get under your skin. From the club to the curb to the gas stop. Everybody know when the system too hot. Windows long, street sign shit, whole damn strip stay wide awake. Front to the back, say ho. Side to side, say hey. DJ, cut that record one good time. Now let that bass line play. Don't stop, get down. Don't stop, get down. Shake that block, make that backseat jump. Put that boom in the trunk, in the trunk. Hop in the trunk, don't stop it. Get down, don't stop it. If you came to rock, then act like that old school for the cold cut rap.
Uh-oh, the king is removing Megatron. Thanks for the update, King. You could have probably saved your time and not updated me and just went ahead and removed me. That would have been the smart thing to do. But I am the R word, so I understand. You wanted to help me because I am the R word. Oh, I'll be sure to remove you as well, King, when I get around to it, when I make it a priority in my life. So it's always questionable whether or not I'll ever make that a priority. I'm not optimistic on that prioritization, but this is Megatron.
Powerful war song of Megatron, the supreme master and commander of the known life universe.
But you, who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety your force, I am the God who giveth all. 20 I ask you to sacrifice. Nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. 20 with light, love, force, fantasy, fire. These do I bring you. Mine hands are full of these.
Like we were supposed to pretend. If we don't,
you know my
hold
background.
on.
You know my background.
Hold on. And if we don't pretend like that's the truth, then we're somehow being anti-Semitic. If we're not all for going, to war, which obviously will benefit Israel, like it's anti-Semitic. Fine, just suck my fucking dick. I don't give a fuck. I mean, they call it anti-Semitic all fucking day. And that's the reason why they're losing so much fucking support. And they call us the woke right. But the funny thing is the woke people were the ones that were trying to cancel everybody and cry and bitch and scream. Because, it's racist, it's anti-Semitic, it's homophobic. And you get basically the Jews on the right that are doing the exact same thing. You must condemn Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson and it's the same shit. You're woke right if you don't buy into all of my Jewish bullshit.
Yo, excuse me, Pep, check your back channel, bro.
I agree with you, bro. Like, obviously, that kind of hypocrisy needs to be called out, but it also needs to be understood.
Yeah,
You heard that, Pepe? Check your back channels. Yeah, he heard you. He's not going senile yet.
You can't hit me with that?
I didn't get a back channel.
Hold on.
Jesus, bro. This app is not professional at all. How did this happen?
I said, excuse me, my beloved.
No, bro. Like it's a low command. Like it's just not even worth the time. Like anyways. Yeah, just stop. Hate the game. Don't hate the player. But when we tell you about the game, you start defending the game, and you're like more zealot about maintaining the game than your own interest. When we tell you like this liberal capitalism doesn't work, you know why? Because there's always going to be some more tightly netted, privileged demographic that can out-conspire you and end up reaching the top. Humanity is a marvelous creature. It can somehow, with enough time, beat anything. That's just the facts.
Are you saying nature wins out?
Exterminate them all.
So,
Otherwise, they're going to come back.
Pepe, I'm just wondering, when you say Israel's not our friend, whose friend are you talking? Are you talking about America?
Yeah, America is.
Why isn't Israel America's friend? I view Israel as being a terrific friend for Israel, best buddies.
Oh, really? Then why did they have to lobby us so hard and buy up our fucking media, buy up social media, implement all of these rules, basically, or convince social
Because they're the chosen people.
to basically not allow you to say anything negative about Israel? Why are they trying to ask,
El Normo, do you want to go in there and try to correct Pepe?
IHRI definition of anti-Semitism.
If you can find the room, it's called Israel emoji flag is not our friend.
Get us to fight in a fucking war where
your
Americans will
block.
lose their lives for their fucking country. That's bullshit.
Yeah, because only Jews did that. Yeah, not a bunch of Anglo-Saxons before the war on terror.
This was Jews. The things I mentioned was Jews.
Okay, but when those grievances come from non-Jews, crickets. When they're coming from Jews, oh, now you notice. Do you understand that is racism? That's anti-Semitic. The Israelis, you know what they consider anti-Semitic about all this? When it comes down in Gaza, they are like, you know what they say to the West? They go to the West, you are being anti-Semitic because if it was you, you would have exterminated them and celebrated about it and put it in a museum. But because we're Jews, you won't let us, and you are shackling us with the UN and with all this. These guys don't look at, Israel doesn't look at things the way an American internally to America looks at things. No, these guys are law of the jungle. They're still thinking World War II Europe, bro.
That's fine. But quite frankly, I don't have to. I mean, people can spend all the money lobbying.
Attempt to understand the Jewish mind a little bit. It's so weird. So out to lunch, like it's.
I prefer to discuss facts or analyze induction. I don't like to engage in personal discussions.
It's not personal. I'm talking about the nonsense that you just said, trying to figure out where Israel's coming from. They just go World War II. It's just crazy what you're saying. Like, what insight could you possibly have into the mind of Israel?
Again, all of that was just literally incoherent because it doesn't present any clear statement that we can agree or disagree on.
Your characterization of Israel is nonsense. Is that clear enough for you? It's weird. It's schizophrenic.
That's a subjective opinion. I can't falsify that.
But hold on. I want to point to something I had pinned in
Just go by Israel's statements and see how they relate to anything.
Is that my favorite fucking Jew? You should have been
Okay, hold
there
on.
you go. This is when you enter.
I hope so.
So I did post this link up top. When I made the room.
I don't know
So
who
I
that
thought
is.
this was funny. This was the White House's justification for why we needed to do the war, and then it was FFD. I'm trying to think who it was that founded it, but basically it's basically an Israeli Zionist organization that their whole sole purpose is to. It's PR for Israel, but this is the war that was supposedly Israel.
Pepe,
We weren't doing this on behalf of Israel.
Pepe, first of all, El Normal looks like my penis when it's shriveled up.
Dude, if you're gonna do the juvenile insults, I'm just gonna move you, dude.
Okay, but all I'm gonna say is I want to pee on El Normal's aunt and pay
All
a
right,
bitch
fine,
$200 a
fucking
weekend just
asshole.
to suck my.
God damn.
PV, I have a question, please, for you.
Yeah.
You are American.
Yep.
What is your identity? Are you white?
Yeah, I'm white. I'm white.
Oh, okay. This is my question.
So I'm just wondering, when you say you're white, can you define what that word means? Hello?
But I would say this. I'm looking at this through an American lens. I'm not looking at this through a racial lens. This is a national thing.
Oh, so you're a
Why do you
nationalist.
think that Trump would make the wrong decision? What would cause him to do that? Is he stupid or what?
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is. I think he did have a lot of pressure, mainly. When it comes to Kushner and Witkoff, I think absolutely. We know what their bend is. He's always been somewhat friendly with Netanyahu. His two biggest donors. We know what that helped him out a lot.
When have we ever seen anybody influence him in any way before?
Oh, I'd say the first time he struck Iran, and the second time.
So didn't it go well when he struck Iran?
The first time, not this one.
What makes you think that he was influenced? Maybe it was.
If you wanted to roast Pepe the Frog.
Why was it not a good thing the first time?
Because we all knew that they would come back and ask for there would be another pressing situation where they had to act. He had to act. He had to help Israel.
Can you understand that this?
And that's what happened several months later. We all saw this coming.
Can you understand that this is a continuation of the first one? It's all the same thing.
Yeah, well, that's not how it was sold to us. It was like,
so you don't like the way it was sold. So your disagreement is over his salesmanship.
Pat, you can't do that.
Can you understand, Pepe, that the U.S. has been planning to do this for over 20 years? That this is a battle plan that was planned in detail, to the granular detail, for the last more than 20. So the question is, when's the best time to do it?
Oh, I would say I wouldn't have done this. I mean, I think we would have had to strike their nuclear facilities every few years, but
we will have to.
But as far as doing some kind of doing a campaign like this, and God forbid,
I don't mean. I think
boots on the ground.
I think Israel will take it from here. By the way, in terms of those regular strikes on any attempted nuclear development, Israel will do that, not America.
What was the point in us doing this? Why did if the IRGC is still going to be empowered, they can still shut people's internet off. They can still slaughter a bunch of people. What was the point in us doing all of this?
In order to destroy and degrade, to push them back. It's the same thing when we were fighting Nazi Germany or Imperial Japan.
It's not the same thing.
How is it not the same?
Because we were going for complete. Basically surrender. I mean,
yeah, well, that's what Trump said he was doing. Whether that's achievable is another question. But we can certainly destroy and degrade, and that's what we're doing and have done. So, what's the problem that you're seeing?
This was the biggest fear I had with Trump, and I was hoping he wouldn't do it. And it was what many of us had, like I said, Charlie Kirk was alive. That was one of his main ones. And it was for a lot of us on the right. Was that he would start a war.
Yeah.
Now, all of what was that coming out in the news then about like the results of war games and everything like that is that it would take a very large ground presence in order to actually topple the IRGC.
Well, that's the conventional wisdom. I don't disagree. But
yes, and so
do you understand that we were already at war?
So our biggest fear was that he would end up attacking, and basically the IRGC would end up remaining intact. It would look like a failure, and then if you put boots on the ground, it would really look like a failure. Americans would lose their lives. IRGC would still remain in power, but we would have blown through lives and resources. And for what? Now they have every incentive in the world to build a fucking nuke.
To degrade the enemy. To degrade the enemy's ability to do bad, to bother us. And by us, I mean all of Western civilization, which is against. I mean, I would say, consider the fact that, and we've been at war with them since 1979, and that they declared this war, that they came to the United Nations, Ahmadinejad, who apparently was or was not killed in the first salvo. Apparently he's still alive. I didn't know that. He was the president when they came.
I remember him.
Okay, great. That's good. So you're much more informed than most. He came to the United Nations and before the world in New York said, we are going to engulf the big Satan and the little Satan in a ball of fire. The big Satan is the United States. The little Satan is Israel. God knows why they have fixation on Israel. And the ball of fire is a nuclear weapon.
Sure. So this is where myself and others believe that they would never, ever dare, never dare launch a fucking nuke at the United States. Number one, they could cause only. It could be a catastrophic strike, but it would ensure that they literally.
The problem is they're not.
Yeah, I don't think they're that crazy though.
Well, they're attacking their neighbors. Doesn't that seem crazy to you?
No, I think that they're a threat to their neighbors, and I think they're a threat to Israel, but I don't think they're a threat to the United States.
But if they're a threat to their neighbors, which are supplying us oil, which really affects every aspect of our lives in some ways, in terms of transportation, in terms of defense, in terms of feeding ourselves, in terms of our industrial capability, that's a threat. In other words, our commercial interests are still our interests.
Sure,
if they're not existential.
Yes, but and that's the other thing that we knew what would happen is the Strait of Hormuz. That's like they can launch. I think they have a few cruise missiles people have to be worried about, but they don't have many of those. They have a lot of drones and rockets, which only very few will actually make it through. But when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz or any of that, if we are not at war with them, they're generally not going to be closing off the routes. I mean, this is not something we have to fear during peacetime.
Did you know that they've done it before? They did it twice before. I've been doing mad research on this stuff. They did, so there's Operation Earnest Will in the 80s and Operation Praying Mantis in the 80s. In both cases, they tried to, we actually had naval battles with them, those two operations. So they've done it before.
Yeah, I mean, I think BB kicked me out for calling him a name. That's fine.
Oh.
Pepe, I mean, if you think logically, and you look at the top GDP countries on the planet, and plus our World War II victory, and plus our involvement in the Middle East for the past 25 years, I can't understand why you're sitting here on a Friday afternoon flummoxed as to why the United States has decided to intervene and assert dominance. What planet do you live on?
It's unpopular with the Americans, dude. This is not.
It is unpopular, but why would it be unpopular with you?
Oh, because I feel like it's a bullshit war that is literally, and this is where I think there's a lot of dishonesty. This is something that will help Israel. It's Israel's biggest threat. It has been their biggest threat for decades.
How is it a threat to Israel?
Well, who funded? Who was giving aid to Hamas to let them do October 7th? Hezbollah can still fire rockets.
Okay.
And Iran can still fire rockets to you guys.
Yeah. So one threat to Israel is the funding of terror proxies, right? That's what you just said. Yeah. Anything else?
And of course they send missiles and rockets.
And a direct threat through missiles. Okay. Why do we think that? Well, is your subtle point here that you don't care if they do that?
No, my subtle point is that it's not. It is to the benefit of Israel, and I'm sick and tired of people putting a spin on it, trying to say, "Oh no, it's for America." No, it's not. Like we all see through this. The biggest problem people like me have, and a lot of people on the right for, is at least if there was sincerity about it. Like, no, I know we're trying to.
So you don't mind the war, America first. You don't mind somehow. I mean, this is a little bit like a jealous sibling. Like, why
not at all?
Be like? Yeah, it's not that you don't think that we should kick their ass. You do. It's just you don't like it because it benefits Israel.
No, I don't. I would never. No, like I said, I did not want to like a major Israeli Zionist organization.
Why not?
The fear was that it was going to become a lot of regional damage. It was going to end up carrying risk between us and we have a fairly good relationship with the Arab Gulf countries.
Well, now I'm better.
I don't know about that.
Well, because we're the ones who are defending them. Israel and the United States, both coordinating through CENTCOM, are the ones who created the missile shield over, or it's like their own version of the Iron Dome.
But they're also the reason why you're getting hit, because we struck Iran, and now they're leashing out at everybody.
I've heard that before, and to me, that's very weird reasoning. So if I punch, I mean, I don't mean this personally, obviously, so I'm sure you'll allow the analogy. If I punch you, and then you go in the backyard and kick your dog, or punch your little brother, or go punch some rando on the street, you're blaming me for punching you?
Well, to an extent, I mean, they realize that the alliance that those countries have with Israel, and it's no secret. It came out before the attacks or I think the day of the attacks, that
To Saudis?
MBS was also like, you know, I guess trying to convince Trump to do the attack.
We've been firing missiles at their country from those countries, bro. It's not like they're just sitting there neutral.
But they're attacking the civilians in those countries.
But they don't.
By the way,
what else are they
fire
going to do?
missiles. They didn't fire missiles until Iran struck them. We've been firing from our naval assets because we didn't want to involve.
I don't know what you expect them to do. They don't. Do you think they have any way of delivering a stealth way of delivery and with a pinpoint accurate rocket or missile? They don't have that.
This is a weird question. Again, if I hit you and then you go find some rando in the street or your friend,
it's not a rando.
They're allies. They're Muslim brothers, and you go and hit your little brother because I punched you, and then you blame me for what you did.
Well, the Sunnis are not their Muslim brothers.
Well, they are and they aren't. This is the weird thing. The one thing that to ally them actually is they Jews and Israel, and they hate Israel because it's Jewish sovereignty, and they believe in the apocalyptic coming of absolute Muslim domination of the world. It's just that the Shia are kind of more intense.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. There's like you see quite a bit. I think of that going on with I don't know which Israelis they are, but I mean they're pretty open about talking about wanting to be not just a regional, but like a global superpower. And not a.
Well, I don't know about global, but certainly we have become a regional superpower, particularly in the last few years. That is necessary. That is a big change. But I just certainly no need or desire. Like Israel is not going to want to take over any Muslim country because they're mostly all bigger. And so what are we going to do? Try to rule over 10 million Arabs? We don't even want to rule over Gaza. We left Gaza, which only has like, what, 1.5 million? Like Israel has no desire to rule over people who hate them. I mean,
so wait, Pepe, is your complaint that you don't like the gang? And so you're basically just, because technically everything can just be subdivided into gang warfare. So you're just angry with the gang, right, Pepe?
No, I don't want us to have
this is what I sort of think. Who's that speaking now? Is that Chicago? Used to be Chicago cheeseburger. So Trump was kind of saying, you know how the Democrats love the people of color and transgender and gays and climate change and every other weird sort of kind of empty virtue signaling group of the month. Well, Trump was saying, no, I like you white guys. I like America first. It's sort of the subtext there is white guys. But by the way, a lot of minority folks also voted for him with that same America first thing. And now it's not because Trump is kicking ass in Iran, because he is. And it's not because we're not succeeding in Iran, because we are. It's just that somehow some part of him doesn't like the Jews, doesn't like Israel, and so it just bothers them that the United States is allying with Israel. Like, they didn't really object to the Iraq War, if you remember, right?
Yeah, we really objected to it, though. But that's the difference, though, is that everybody was really against the war in Iraq by the mid to late 2000s. Even the veterans. We're fucking serious about us staying in Afghanistan for 20 years, for us trying to nation build and even invade Iraq in the first place. Because we know there weren't any weapons of mass destruction. So we didn't want to get involved in wars in the Middle East again.
El Normo, I don't think you're ever going to get through to little Pepe here, because technically he's just a professional complainer, and you can't actually fix a professional complainer.
To respond. I think I do get through to him, and I think I'm understanding him in a weird way.
You see, Pepe doesn't understand that hold on a second. Hold on. You don't understand that Trump has Trump has obliterated a terrible legacy of terrorism that was created when they raided our beautiful embassy. And so that's why I have to say is Pepe is actually just voicing the concern of the herd. The herd will always say war is bad and it's a racket. But the truth is it takes real leadership, real courage and strength to destroy bad behavior and legacy bad behavior at that. So what Pepe is actually just doing is complaining. This is Chicago Mayor. I am
No, the
complete.
juice just has to be worth the squeeze. We all hate the IRGC. It could be like very quick, minimal effort. IRGC's overthrown and they're gone. That would be, nobody's against that. Nobody likes Iran or
What about if we beat the hell out of them, but we don't kill them?
Obviously, my hope would be that the IRGC is overthrown. Now that it's started, but like
we know how
I don't
hard
think
that
that's
is.
going to happen.
Well, regime change is a very big ask. Now, I will tell you, and this has not been widely reported, but because it's actually out there, because I'm listening to various chiefs, various CIA chiefs, various former generals of CENTCOM, like Frank McKenzie. And first of all, the apparatus, the architecture for bringing down this regime is far more advanced than anybody is admitting. And the CIA is on the ground there now, as is Mossad. There are cracks in the edifice of this regime. People are not showing up for work. Obviously, the leadership has been destroyed, then destroyed again, then destroyed again. So I would say we don't have boots on the ground, but we have black shoes on the ground, meaning our operatives, Mossad and CIA, doing everything they can to see if they can encourage the real boot to bring this regime down. They're trying.
Maybe many people doesn't know here. He's acting like the CIA and the Mossad. They are badass, smart. That's not true. No, that's not true. Let me correct you.
The achievements have been breathtaking. Bringing down, taking out. Imagine the penetration to bring down. What was the guy's name again? Now, Larigia, Soleimani, Nasrallah.
I agree. But
Ayatollah Khamenei.
I let you talk for all the time. Can you give me like at least a freaking minute?
I agree with you, El Normo. These are incredible accomplishments on behalf of military intelligence.
Make your point.
Like, okay, so I don't know if you live in Israel before or not, or if you have a connection.
Yes.
There is a village, multiple places in Israel, the mafia killing each other, and they make a mass murder in Israel, especially against.
Post the link in the chat. I'll have to Google that one.
All right, dude, do I have to kick you down, dude? Shut the fuck up and let him finish.
Are you talking about what? The Arab mafia, the Russian mafia, what?
Okay, so the Shabak doesn't even know how to arrest them, but they can arrest someone living in Iran. Isn't it funny? Can you explain
you
that to me?
understand that Shabak is internal and Mossad is external. They're different organizations.
Yeah, because obviously they are failing. The Shabak cannot arrest a mafia, and they cannot stop the killing.
Okay, this is unrelated to Iran entirely.
I'm gonna give you just an example that this is how it's hypocrite. You have a mafia and you have a terrorist inside Israel.
You already gave that
and they cannot arrest them.
It's not the same people. Shabak is the Shin Bet. Shabak is the nickname for Shin Bet.
No shit, Sherlock. I know it's different, but they are
then
failing.
Why did you do unrelated organizations?
Because they are failing. They cannot stop the terrorism inside Israel.
I'm talking about the Mossad. Did you know, by the way, that the Mossad stole the nuclear program? I'm asking you a question.
October 7? Why did you know about October 7?
It was a failure. That's Shabak's failure.
Just one time. They failed one time.
No, you asked about one time. I answered you about one time. Did you go to college or anything? Because, again, it sounds like your reasoning ability is very limited. You're not reasoning correctly.
Answer. Why they allow terrorism inside Israel, and they cannot arrest those mafia. And
what mafia are you talking about?
Multiple mafia. The Sechnian mafia.
Okay. Are they Arab or are they Russian or what are you talking about?
Oh, those Arab. You want the Jewish one? You want the Jewish one?
No, I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say.
They are made. They are
do you understand that the CIA?
It doesn't matter. They are Israeli.
Do you understand that the CIA is a different organization than the FBI?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
FBI is
do you understand that the Shabak is a different organization than the Mossad? or no?
Correct. Yes, it's totally different.
So
yes.
why don't we talk about the Mossad? Let's talk about 2018 when Mossad stole the entire nuclear program records, 100,000 documents from Tehran, went into the building in Tehran, got all the documents out and smuggled them out of the country. We have those documents.
The same document is stole from United States, CIA, correct?
No, incorrect. It has nothing to do with the American CIA.
You don't have traitors, Israelis.
What's up there? Are you on to another topic now?
No, you're talking about like acting like those Mossad are smart ass stealing from Iran.
Well, yeah, they're probably the best intelligence organization on the planet. Huh?
They don't steal. They don't steal from United States, CIA. You don't have a traitor.
Okay, so you're changing the topic again?
Okay, continue.
Okay, so you're questioning the penetration of the CIA and the Mossad into Iran's regime. Are you questioning that? No, you're agreeing with it. So if you're agreeing with it, your point is that we're not perfect, right? We're human beings, we're not perfect. I agree with you. Nobody's perfect, except for God. Any other point?
Norma, I hate to disagree with you, but Bibi Netanyahu and Donald Trump are perfect. And they're just a little bit below the level of God, in my opinion. I know it's not a fact.
Yeah, of course, you were gonna defend the pedophile supporter, of course. Do you love?
Are you projecting your own culture right now and your own personal behavior? Hello?
You are defending a pedophile supporter, so I don't know.
Dumpster fire.
Who's a pedophile supporter?
He's
He ended the room. He couldn't take it.
I'm more mature now. Like, I care about certain shit. Like,
Let's keep it.
Pepe! We made it explode. The Pepe implosion.
Fucking the one that you guys are together at that moment. Why not be like, okay, you know what? We too grown for this shit. Let's stop. Let's try to figure this out. You know what I mean?
Pepe implodes.
Like, what, 1.5 million? Like, we want to roll over Gaza. That's Gaza, which only has like, what, 1.5 million? Like, we want to roll over Gaza.
Pepe implodes.
China.
El Normo, good Shabbos.
Did he end the room? Or
Yeah, he couldn't take it anymore. He thought he was platforming J-word, so he decided to just, run on, wherever he's going in this beautiful afternoon.
he ended the room?
Yeah, he couldn't take it anymore. His brain imploded from all the information coming in. He can't deal with that. He just lives to try to antagonize and, ruffle feathers and spread hate. I don't know why you give him any kind of courtesy or respect. He's nothing but scum, in my opinion.
Well, I've the stories of FBI guys, and I became friends with them, and I see how they treat their adversaries like the big mafia guys to their arrest, and it's sort of a friendly, pokey relationship. Like, as an example, this FBI guy, I guess I won't use his name right now, but I can. He wrote a book, Joe O'Brien, and he told me that he used to buy the mafia birthday cards and send them. See, it's that kind of trolling. It's kind of genius.
Yeah.
And then the other mafia guys would think that the FBI, like that they had become informants, that they became.
It's really nasty. And I said, so like, and then Joe said to me, and I always bought Hallmark cards because I cared enough to send the very best. That's what he said. Another time there was a mafia guy who was like following him out of a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, and so Joe like sort of blocked the entrance because the guy was pissing him off and honking his horn, and so it was a mafia guy. And he got out of his car, he took out his revolver and he pointed it at him. And he had to testify at a trial about this. Like, he could have gotten in trouble for pulling his weapon. And he said to the judge, Your Honor, I haven't had my coffee yet. I hadn't even had my cup of coffee. I mean, these guys, so I'm trying to make an analogy to me. It's like, I'm going to deal with these guys. I want to know what's going on in their head. I want to troll them. I want to feel like understand them. And Pepe has helped me in a number of, like, when I was trolling Soren, Pepe got in there and helped me. We became like a tag team, beating up.
Yeah, I get it.
We practically made Soren cry. I'm not kidding. We just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I mean, I roast Pepe, but I don't, like actually personally hate him. But I just hate that, like, he's using his life. That's my critique, as an artist, to say I'm just critiquing his artist, that I just wish he could brand it, and make himself a comedian, call himself Pepe, king of comedy, like, just brand it for what it is, but don't, the way he frames everything is Jewish hatred. It's horribly obnoxious.
And hatred of black people. Did you see the King of Comedy movie?
I did. It's genius and funny, yeah.
It's genius. And a clip came up on my YouTube feed like a couple days ago, and I'm watching both Jerry Lewis, which is it's an amazing performance. It's genius casting on Scorsese's part. I think he wanted Johnny Carson, by the way, and Johnny Carson declined. But Jerry Lewis was a real actor, actually, amazingly. And Robert De Niro, with a role, he's never played a role like that again. A sort of a nervous, fidgety, kind of jokey, like loser, but with a weird kind of will, to kidnap this guy. And he's wearing these goofy glasses.
Yeah.
The movie really, really holds up.
Yeah.
And I took my kid to see The Joker, which you probably saw with Joaquin Phoenix, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then I said, okay, I can't believe this film is really unbelievable. We both loved it. Todd Phillips was there, so I sent Julian to go talk to him. And Julian was 15. And said, oh God, are you recording this phone call?
Yeah, I'm live.
On what?
On YouTube, on Clubhouse.
Okay. Anyway, so I sent the kid up and to talk to him, and like they had a really great talk. Which was kind of cool because, again, my kid was his target audience, like teenagers who were into comics and superheroes. Anyway, after we saw Joker, I said, okay, now we have to watch King of Comedy because there are a lot of references to King of Comedy in the movie The Joker. And the whole idea of the celebration of these sort of losers who are looking for the celebrity, it was prescient in a way that only really good art can be. I mean, look at how it sort of foretold the rise of nudnik celebrities, like just name any of these stupid YouTubers who are getting all of this attention. And I mean, unfortunately, Pepe is a little bit like that, right? And so are like these Palestinian guys. They're lovable losers.
Yeah, I mean, it's a category, but it's, one in which I like to compete. I mean, I give you credit for wanting to, communicate with him. And I think it's important, but I also think it's important to like record these horribly pointless, stupid conversations, just so, because they're everywhere. And actually Pepe isn't even as toxic as some of these hardcore rooms on X. I know we've discussed it, but they changed it from JQ Radio to CQ Radio, Christian Question Radio. But it's the same exact shtick of racist, extreme hatred, and insanity, so I want to help people. I want to help people stop being their own worst enemy in terms of the content that they're creating, because it's got to be like living in hell. If all you do is create hell in your conversation, it is hell. And I don't know if these people can even admit it. that they're just miserable and unhappy, and they're doing this to try to fill their own, lack of joy in life. So it's pathetic, and that's why I like roasting them.
I have a different question for you. Why did people get the idea somehow that the FBI was investigating you for that other how did that lie start?
That was Jay Breska, because he was salty that he gave me like a couple $100, $200, $300, whatever he gave me, and he was just salty. So he came on Clubhouse, dropped his little lie to try to make himself feel better, that he felt like he wasted his money or something. But that was all Jay Breska. That was his. Weird. That was his final little, F you, I guess, to me for roasting him all the time. He just came on Clubhouse and he's like, yeah, 2 weeks ago, the FBI showed up at my front door and they said, hey, were you the number one contributor to John Kitover? Because we had investigated him for, this. So he says, then he came 2 weeks ago. It's like, oh, really? 2 weeks passed by and you just came online to tell everybody. Okay, Jay. That's just his shtick. He's a race-stirring hypocrite. And, he's obnoxiously, I know you've met him, but that's what he does. He creates these white...
I don't agree with your characterization. I like him okay. I think he's... I respect human beings for where they are. Nobody's perfect, and I don't agree with your characterization.
It's just my opinion. I don't really, I like you, but I'm just saying, I thank Jay Breska for giving me the money. I had an incredible steak dinner, fish dinner, stayed at a hotel, got signatures. I would buy the guy dinner, but I'm just saying that's where that bullshit came from. But he's not the only bullshitter. A journalist who does fake news here, he put that blurb saying that allegedly John Kitover committed widespread fraud. Allegedly. And that alone to me is, obnoxious. But I have said my opponent has committed fraud, in the trillions. So it's like, am I going to get upset because some fat loser with a herpes sore says I committed fraud? No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to talk shit about him in the same way that he talks shit about me. Nobody's going to jail or getting arrested or there's any kind of lawsuit or jury trial. It's just all fucking online bullshit, El Normo. That's what it is. It's just shit talking. Why do you think there's all these murders? It's because of people on the internet shit talking on Instagram. These cops have to investigate the Instagram messages to find out who the fuck murdered this person. It's online beef. I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm just saying that, in terms of
social media is a big part of the evidence.
Yeah, but it's all online gossip and Lashon Hara. So it's better. I've read, Maimonides wrote that it's better to spread Lashon Hara than it is to listen to Lashon Hara. That's Jewish law. It's worse to listen to it than it is to say it. So guard your ears more than you guard your mouth.
That's a good point, man. All right. Well, good Shabbos to you and good talk.
Okay, good Shabbos. Take care. Ribono Shalom.
I had the excuse, but even then, I'm not even in here like that. If you look, you can see, like 1 or 2 boom, that's it, right? So then you do whatever you need to do. I'm busy them all this lesson. But I get it, and then you got some people, I guess they got a thing now on here where you get paid, that you can get paid or something like that. One guy, that's what they talk about, if, I guess they trying to make it seem like they're going to get super paid, and I'm like, okay. No, I know, but it's like how you don't, but when you say they're not, they think you're hating or you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, first of all, you don't even have a big room. You think somebody's going to pay $20 a month or something, or $50 a month to be in your room. Whoever does that has a sickness.
True. What's so simple?
Oh, somebody at the bottom? Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, but you good, man. Focus on the road, brother.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm good.
We're pissing off.
Now I'm just pinging people in there. Yeah, it's bullshit.
Well, the money thing on here is stupid because if they just actually made it like a tipping thing, you know, or even like it's just so stupid. They do everything, you know, in a way that makes it inefficient or actually usable. So their product innovations, whether it's a monthly subscription or gold coins, they're never going to make it off of that. But they're already making it off of just selling all the data because the government wastes a huge amount of money buying data from stupid third-party data brokers that buys this app's stupid fucking useless data.
Right. And it's funny that you say that because the data or the information, they have it from other platforms. Like if we on other stuff, whether it's Facebook or just your credit card, right, which they sell, like you bought my name, 10 times for like, you know what I'm saying, from different places. So it's like, that's recycled.
It's just because the government has so much money to spend and Microsoft says, oh, we got more data. You can buy more data. You know, so this app is literally, it's amazing that it is still alive. But I think that it will go into syndication eventually and shut down because the data broker buying spree will eventually fade and it'll be very, very specific. No, because no one who wants to advertise at a profit, if they don't run at a profit, they stop working with you. So eventually, the data that this app generates will become redundant, and there's no reason to continue buying it when you've already bought it 4 times over.
Come Chicago. What's going on, Dennis?
Yo, what up, Dennis?
What's up, Rob?
Where you guys from, man?
What's up, y'all? I'm from Vegas, bro. Where y'all from?
We just talking about Vegas.
Yeah, I'm from New York, but I live in North Carolina now.
Carolina.
Shit, what's NC saying?
Who said they from North Carolina?
I live in North Carolina now. I'm not from there. I'm from New York. I'm from by Yankee Stadium in the South Bronx.
Okay. I've never been to Carolina. I'm sorry.
Neither. That's why I'm asking. What's Carolina like?
Oh, I didn't know you said that. My bad, Rod. Yeah, my bad. But Carolina,
we had a world tournament down there in Carolina.
Carolina is nice, just depending on the area you live in. You know what I'm saying? It depends what you want to do for you to live in a specific area. If you like to party and you really want to go out, you go to Charlotte. If you want to settle down and be relaxed, you go to the outskirts of Charlotte, and you go to the outskirts of Raleigh. You know, and then depending on your income bracket is where you live at. You know what I'm saying?
What's the big airport at? That's Charlotte, right?
No, RDU. RDU is bigger than Charlotte.
Yo, Chicago, where you from?
I was born inside Uranus, next to Saturn and Neptune.
I'm just like, I was down in Charlotte, man. We had a tournament down there. And it's a cool town, man.
What kind of tournament?
We had a world rally tournament.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll be back in, I think, next year. We gotta go back. Because this year it's going to be in Illinois. Then back to Charlotte. Then Florida.
CBS News said.
That's real cool, bro. That's real cool.
Yeah, we do some dumb shit, man.
Wish I got to do some shit like that, man.
Get your ass in the car and drive. Shit.
Nah, I'll be driving too much any goddamn way. That's my whole
truck driver.
Nah, man. Me and my family, we got an auto shop. We do like plastic car restorations for movies, And there's all this sort of stuff. We got a custom auto shop, so we be in.
And where you from?
Vegas.
Oh, you don't want to say Vegas. My bad. Yeah. I thought that was Dennis who said he was from Vegas.
No, that's just a whole room I was sitting in speaking about glasses.
January 1st. We're eliminating the water tax.
Oh, yes.
That sounds good, man.
Because I'm sitting here and a young lady brought up, she got glasses. One of the biggest in the room. I started talking about buying, which we had to recover and start all over. Because I just got tired of it and sold everything.
My price with that.
I said, shit, the next one that I'm getting 72 Chanel.
Number 6, which is 2 cheeseburgers.
That's what I got right now, man. I got it about 3. Hey, man, this is a beautiful car, man. You can't blame me. You can't blame me now.
What you got under the hood?
Not much, to be honest, man. I'm trying to keep the street legal. I'm not trying to do too much with it. You know, it's just trying to get me from point A to point B, but it just looks good. That's enough for me.
Speaker, members of this Congress.
And also, 17 minute bag in the air.
I just want to emphasize how critical it is that everyone get
Man, that sounds sweet. What if I tell you, man?
Sitting in the garage.
What if I tell you, man? We had a client come in with a Grand National. I had never seen a Grand National. That was in pristine condition. And he wanted us to do some work on it. And I was more than happy to. I just never seen it. And I've always seen a couple of Grand Nationals in and around town. I never seen one that was just, how do I say it? I would drive this car, right? It just needed new rims, sound system, you name it.
But it was door panels. No, they didn't have any door panels. It was the back. It was 6x9s.
That sounds good.
So it was 6x9s of those. Yo, you better show me some work, brother. I would have shown them straight out.
Broadacres, come around Broadacres, man. That's where we located.
I would ship your shit out and give you.
Hey,
That's right.
no, it's all right, man. We giving out deals, man. Business is booming. I'll tell you what. I'm very happy. You know what it is? Some people might look at me as if they're fucked up for saying this, but I'm really happy ICE is in town. Because they are just fucking up everyone's cars.
Breaking news.
They are doing high-speed chases like it's GTA. They fucking up everyone's
Just
cars.
happened in Washington.
We got a lot of business
country talking.
Well, we're gonna deal. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put something up there. We're gonna bring 5 people in. We're gonna talk some mad shit. And I would say that. Oh, which one was better, Grand National or Monte Carlo?
If you ask me, I'm going with the Grand National. I got to.
Okay.
You can do a lot with that car, I'm telling you, man. You can do a lot with that. Monte Carlo, I'll say this, man. It's a little bit too, how do I say it? A little bit too old. That's a car I would drive if I'm trying to get off the grid. But the Grand National, that's how I roll up into the city.
Well, what year? You go 84, 85.
I'll go 85. I'll go 85.
Okay.
I like the body of it, that's why.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
You know it. You know it, man. But I feel like
I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I gotta go piss.
You know it.
I'm not gonna run my mouth.
You know your shit, man, but sorry to derail the conversation. We're going into the cars and stuff like that, guys.
Nah, you're
going into the cars and stuff like that.
Discussion, brother.
You know, it's an open discussion, but I don't know what we were talking about. We're talking about the government. I'm like, ooh, this is a real conversation we got going on.
I don't want to go in, guys. I don't want to go into religion and politics. We just hanging out, man. Just chilling. because you're gonna have a whole lot of idiots gonna say some stupid shit, and it's gonna be a racial conversation. No, I'm not doing that shit tonight.
Is that a you problem? Or me?
Y'all talking about y'all classic, y'all talking about y'all classic cars. I'm not into the classic cars. Like, I could look at them, but I don't never care to own any of them. But I could appreciate it if somebody's driving one. I'm like, oh, that look nice. You know what I'm saying?
Why not? Why not, Rob?
You know, to be honest, I don't know. Like, I don't have like a real reason. Like I said, it's not like I don't like them. I like them. If I see it, I could appreciate it. You know, I've been around people who got, and they look nice. I'm like, well, that look.
I told you what I know more or less about the guy. He's a postmodernist philosopher, and he debated postmodernists. And I don't do that. The enemies of my enemy.
Basically, aneurysm or brain bleed and stuff. So, and you went on about his whole story.
I heard you say Southern slur twice. I didn't hear you say drunk. My bad.
I do like how we get all the drunks that show up here just randomly coming in all the time.
Hey, it's Friday. I'm about to be one of the. I'm getting ready for my party right now.
Oh yeah, that's my fiance. She's already drunk. She's already out.
Hey.
Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody! I just want to let you all know that Bitcoin is not the real-time indicator. You guys have created every stupid Bitcoin room title ever conceived under the sun, and you guys are still fucking hypnotized with your bullshit called Bitcoin. Wake up! It's called the U.S. dollar, dummy! It ain't big.
Power is the Navy Ivy League, but more of a ghetto Ivy League. That's what I would call it.
Oh, so what you're not gonna do? Hold on. What you're not gonna do?
What you're not gonna do is say, hello? Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin.
In the trunk, gon' bite. Walk real slow, but I rap real fast. Old drum machine and a whole lot of brass. Nah, I stripped that down to a kick and a snare in a low end wig with a bit in the air. I'm the one in black with a grin in the front end. Mic in my wrist, crowd in my hand, not too fancy. Bank it straight to the bone, make a car like jump.
Dennis.
Bounce in the room, little side with the scratch, come in, watch the wall divide. By the left side, cool, and the right side, back. By the yell, when the music come back. Don't stop, get down. Don't stop, get down. Take that block, make that backseat jump. Put that room in the trunk, in the trunk, in the trunk. Don't stop, get down. Don't stop, if we came to rock, better act like that old school bass with a cold cut rap. Chrome flash, once in the corner, like sneakers and creep, get walk all night, try snare hit with a slap, no kiss, whole groove built on a little like this. I don't need much, just space enough.
Powerful war song of Megatron, the supreme master and commander of the known life universe.
I heard that. It's all right. No level up for you. Yeah. You can get a soul. Oh,
I've only slept for 5 hours. Been 6 days since you sent flowers. There's 7 reasons I shouldn't go back to you right now. I told you on the 8th that I wanna break my take backs. That night I watched you cry. My eyes were dry, but I hope you know.
Go play it on the table. Mama working 2 shifts, eyes fatal. Feel so louder than the Presley say. Hope kept bouncing like a rental day. Hand me down, shoot.
3 in the morning.
But you, who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety evil force, I am the who giveth all. Don't I ask you to swear nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. 21 life, love, force, fantasy, fire. These do I bring you. Mine hands are full of There is joy in the setting out. There is joy in the journey. There is joy in the goal. 20 feet. Only if ye are sorrowful, or weary, or angry, or discomforted, then ye may know that ye have lost the golden thread, the thread wherewith I guide you to the heart of the groves of Eleusis. My disciples are proud and beautiful. They are strong and swift. They rule their way like mighty conquerors. 25. The weak, the timid, the imperfect, the cowardly, the poor, the tearful. These are mine enemies, and I am come to destroy them. This also is compassion, an end to the sickness of earth, a rooting out of the weeds, a watering of the flowers. 25. Oh, my children, ye are more beautiful than the flowers. Ye must not fade in your season. 28. I love you. I would sprinkle you with the divine dew of immortality. 29. Immortality is no vain hope beyond the grave. I offer you the certain consciousness of bliss. 30. I offer it at once on earth before an hour had struck upon the bell. You shall be with me in the waters that are beyond decay.
There's an arms of it. They conjure you tenderly to take great care of your majesty's constant.
And I am come against sorrow, against against them that seek to enslave.
Don't you? Happy like I do.
11, I pour you lustro wine, that giveth you delight, both at the sunset and because I give you that of which earth and its joys are but as shadow. 14, they flee away, but my joy abideth even unto thee. 15, myself beneath a mask, I am a black and terrible God. Ye shall lay down your heads upon mine altar, expecting the sweep of the sword. And all my darkness and terror shall turn to light and joy. 18. Only those who fear shall fail, those who have bent their necks to the yoke of slavery, until they can no longer stand upright, then will I despise. 19. But you who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety or force, you will I take unto me, even I will take you unto me. 20. I ask you to sacrifice nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth
In the name of the Lord of Initiation, Amen. When I fly and I light as a hawk of mother of emerald on my mighty sweeping wings. 2. I swoop down upon the black earth and it gladdens into green at my coming. 3 children of earth, rejoice! Rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation is at hand. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. 6, I am not come to rebuke you or to enslave you. 7, I bid you not turn from your voluptuous ways, from your idleness, from your follies. But I bring you joy to your pleasure, peace to your languor, wisdom to your folly. 9, all that ye do is right, if so be that ye enjoy it. 10, I am come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you. In the name of the Lord of Initiation, Amen. 1, I fly and I light as an hawk. Of mother of emerald are my mighty sweeping wings. 2, I swoop down upon the black earth, and it gladdens into green at my coming. 3, children of earth, rejoice! Rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation.
Honesty, man. Look at this nigga.
Sacrifice, nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. 21 life, love, force, fantasy, fire. These do I bring you. Mine hands are full of these. 22. There is joy in the setting out. There is joy in the journey. There is joy in the goal. 21. Only if ye are sorrowful or weary or angry or discomforted, then ye may know that ye have lost the golden thread, the thread wherewith I guide you to the heart of the grooves of the luces. 24. My disciples are proud and beautiful. They are strong and swift. They rule their way like mighty conquerors. 25. The weak, the timid, the imperfect, the cowardly, the poor, the tearful. These are mine enemies, and I am come to destroy them. 26. This also is compassion, an end to the sickness of earth, a rooting out of the weeds, a watering of the flowers. 27. Oh, my children, ye are more beautiful than the flowers. Ye must not fade in your season. 28. I love you. I will sprinkle you with the divine dew offer it at once on earth, before an hour hath struck upon the bell. Ye shall be with me in the abodes that are beyond decay. 31. Also I give you power earthly and joy earthly, wealth and health and length of days, adoration and love shall cling to your feet and twine around your heart. 32. Only your mouth shall drink of a delicious wine, the wine of Icarus, shall reach ever to the heavenly kiss of the beautiful God. 33. I reveal unto you a great mystery. Ye stand between the abyss of height and the abyss of depth. 34. In either awaits you a companion, and that companion is yourself. 35. Ye can have no other companion. 36. Many have arisen being wise. They have said, speak out the glittering image in the place ever golden, and unite yourselves with it. 37. Many have arisen being foolish. They have said, stoop down unto the darkly splendid world and be wedded to that blind creature of the slime. 38. I who am beyond wisdom and folly, arise and say unto you, achieve both weddings. Unite yourselves with both. 39. Beware, beware, I say, lest ye seek after the one and lose the other. 40. My intent stand upright, their head above the heavens, their feet below the heavens. 40. 40. My depths stand upright, their head above the heavens, their feet below the hells. I ask you to sacrifice nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. 21 light, life, love, force, fantasy, fire. These do I bring you. Mine hands are full of these. 22. There is joy in the setting out. There is joy in the journey. There is joy in the goal. 23. Only if ye are sorrowful or weary or angry or discomforted, then ye may know that ye have lost the golden thread, the thread wherewith I guide you to the heart of the groves of Eleusis. My disciples are proud and beautiful. They are strong and swift. They rule their way like mighty conquerors. 25. The weak, the timid, the imperfect, the cowardly, the poor, the tearful, these are mine enemies. And I am come to destroy them. 26. This also is compassion, an end to the sickness of earth, a rooting out of the weeds, a watering of the flowers. 25. Oh, my children, ye are more beautiful than the flowers. Ye must not fade in your season. 28. I love you. I would sprinkle you with the divine dew of immortality. 29. This immortality is no vain hope beyond the grave. I consciousness of bliss. 30. I offer it at once on earth. Before an hour had struck upon the bell, ye shall be with me in the abodes that are beyond decay. 31. Also, I give you power, earthly enjoy, earthly wealth, and health, and length of days, adoration and love shall cling to your feet and twine around your heart. 31. Your mouth shall drink of a delicious wine, the wine of Iacus. They shall reach ever to the heavenly kiss of the beautiful God. 31. I reveal to you a great mystery. Ye stand between the abyss of height and the abyss of depth. 31. In Eve awaits you a companion, and that companion is yourself. 31. Ye can have no other companion. 31. Many have arisen, being wise. They have said, seek out the glittering image in the place ever golden, and unite yourselves with it. 30 then. Many have arisen, being foolish. They have said, stoop down into the darkly splendid world, and be wedded to that blind creature of the slime. 31. When beyond wisdom and folly, arise and say unto you, achieve both weddings, unite yourselves with both. 40 way, beware, beware, I say, lest ye seek after one and lose the other. 40 by depth stand upright, their head above the heavens, their feet below the house. In the name of the Lord of initiation, amen. I fly and I alight as an hawk, of mother of emerald on my mighty sweeping wings. I swoop down upon the black earth, and it gladdens into green at my coming. 3 children of earth, rejoice, rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation is at hand. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. I am not come to rebuke you or to enslave you. I bid you not turn from your voluptuous ways, from your idleness, from your follies. But I bring you joy to your pleasure, peace to your languor, wisdom to your folly. All that ye do is right, if so be that ye enjoy it. I am come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you. 11. I pour you lustral wine that giveth you delight both at the sunset and the dawn. Come with me, and I will give you all that is desirable upon the earth. Because I give you that of which earth and its joys are but as shadows. They flee away, but my joy abideth even unto the end. I have hidden myself beneath a mask. I am a black and terrible God. With courage, comfort, and fear shall ye
all my darkness and terror shall turn to light and joy. Only those who fear shall fail. Those who have bent their backs to the yoke of slavery until they can no longer stand upright. Then will I despise. But you who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety or force, you will I take unto me, even I will take you unto me. 20, I ask you to sacrifice nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. In the name of the Lord at initiation, amen. And I fly and I align as a hawk of mother of emerald on my mighty sweeping wing. I swoop down upon the black earth, and it gladdens into green at my coming. Ooh. Free children of earth, rejoice, rejoice exceedingly, for your salvation is at hand. Ooh. The end of sorrow is come. I will ravish you away into mine unutterable joy. I will kiss you and bring you to the bridal. I will spread a feast before you in the house of happiness. I am not come to rebuke you or to enslave you. I bid you not turn from your voluptuous ways, from your idleness, from your folly. But I bring you joy to your pleasure, peace to your languor, wisdom to your folly. All that you do is right, if so be that ye enjoy it. I am come against sorrow, against weariness, against them that seek to enslave you. I pour you lustful wine that giveth you delight both at the sunset and the dawn. 12, come with me, and I will give you all that is desirable upon the earth. Because I give you that of which earth and its joys are but as shadows. They flee away, but my joy abideth even to the end. I have hidden myself beneath a mask. I am a black and terrible God. With courage cool like fear shall ye approach me. Ye shall lay down your heads upon mine altar. Expecting the sweep of the soul, but the first kiss of love shall be radiant on your lips, and all my darkness and terror shall turn to light and joy. Only those who fear shall fail, those who have bent their backs to the yoke of slavery until they can no longer stand upright. Them will I despise. But you who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety or force, you will I take unto me, even I will take you unto me. 20 I ask you to sacrifice, nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. Oh. Oh. Okay. The deepest breath of the day. Hold it. Count it in your shade. King chest. 1, 2, 3. You stay. 10. Not 11. 10. Not 9. Inhale all the light, all the air, all the soil, all the light. Fill every quiet corner inside. Let it go. Go. Let it go. Go. You've been saving every small regret, stuffed in the attic of your ribs. Now they rattle as the seconds stretch. 4, 5, 6. Forget. 10. Not 11. 10. Not 9. Inhale all the light, all the air, all the soil, all the light.
hesitate. Oh, night and the edges blur. 10 and your fingers loosen. All that weight falls back to earth. Inhale all the light, all the air, all the soil, all the light. Fill up and surrender the fire. Let it go. Let it go.
Peppa implodes.
From that list, and I think a minority of that 5 million gonna be the activists that we need to be that you really need to be dealing with.
Well, good Shabbos, everybody. Rabbanu Shalom, another Shabbos miracle. We're about to liberate Iran once and for all. Finally, 40, 50, 60 years in the making. It only took one man made of orange and 2 giant balls of steel. Strength and courage. Massive testicles. Huge balls.
Wait. He had no justification to go in there because the world should just be full of peace and love. And if we just be peaceful with the mullahs, I'm sure they'll be peaceful with us. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to just show love and then give them money. And I'm sure they'll be friends with us. What do you think? What do you think? You think that'll work?
Well, it works with Israel.
I have no idea what you said.
What do you mean it works with Israel, Ethel?
No. I'm trolling. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
No. I mean, listen. I support.
No, but Othello said that comment. What did you mean by that? Yeah, it wasn't Mountain. It was Othello. It means that we give them money and they're friends with us.
But they don't want the money.
Hold on. Like, you're still going on about this misconception, and you've been educated about it so many times. You don't give Israel nothing. Like, do you understand that? What Israel? What the United States gives to Israel gives back 10 times the amount of what they actually get. And the amount of money that is given to Israel, it has to be spent in the United States of America, up to 94%. And as of at the end of this year, it'll be 99, 100% of it. It creates jobs. It stimulates your economy. You understand that, right? And in exchange, Israel gives technology, intel to the United States of America that's valued 10 times the amount of money that's in exchange. What has any other country, what has Gaza given back to the United States of America? What has Ukraine given back to the United States of America? What have all these countries given back to the United States of America?
So I want to know. You're saying that Israel has given over $300 billion to the United States of America?
More.
Oh.
More.
In what way?
Oh, God.
And intel and technology. Like, why would you not ask that?
Mm-hmm.
It's sickening how uneducated you guys are. Like, it's really scary, bro. That you're gonna have children one day, and they're gonna be learning from you, and you're gonna be trying to educate children with these mush brains. Like, it's so sad that you guys think. I even hear stories that you guys believe that the United States funds the healthcare system inside Israel.
You sound like a talking head. You're gonna have to show me some sources to where Israel has.
Yeah, I don't even have to. You can do it yourself. Go on ChatGPT right now. Go on any Perplexity. Go on Grok. Go on anything. Google. Find out how the funding works with Israel, and then ask how much money has Israel given back with technology and intel and all kinds of innovations, and then ask what Ukraine or Uganda or Gaza, any of these countries, ask them what they've given back to the United States. You're going to see zero, big zippa, nothing. And then ask what the Americans value, what they get back from Israel, what that's valued at, and you're going to be shocked. It's actually sad, brother.
So we give them money to buy things from us.
No, that's not how it works either. So say you give Israel $1 billion. Israel now has to spend it in the United States of America. And what they do is, so they'll build weaponry that they buy back from the United States of America. Like, it's scary how uninformed you guys are. And I listen to it day in and day out. And you guys are so convinced about it. That's the scary part. You're convinced about bullshit. You can do a simple search.
It doesn't matter. They still benefit.
Listen, BB, listen. I wake up every morning
from the money.
Hold on.
Are you joking? Do you know how much you guys benefit from the money? Do you know how much the United States of America benefits from having Israel as an ally?
Listen.
You're going to say nothing.
They still get the money, right? And in the end, they get military devices and gadgets. They still.
Are you? That's the see again. You're sick in your head. Do you know the technology that Israel has given to the United States and their F-35s and all their airplanes and all their fighter jets and all their armory and all their equipment? Do you understand the technology that Israel gives to the United States of America that you benefit from?
It's not only that.
It's so
It's not only that, BB. What happens is when Israel bought the F-35s in the United States, they bought them stripped out. And Abby mentioned this earlier. And what happened is they bought them stripped out and they put in their own technology. After they come back and they showed Israel the type of technology they put in and they showed its capabilities in war, they saved actually America billions of dollars in tech, having to do research and development and actually having to make their jets capable of having this technology to fight in a war and to be proven to have air superiority in the sky. So that people don't realize how much the R&D that comes into this stuff as well, right? It's billions of dollars a year.
There's a new technology that they just developed where it's the guidance on how the plane flies itself and also how missiles are directed comes through the helmet of the pilot, and just the movement of the head of the pilot and can direct the actual targeting of missils, and it's pretty extraordinary stuff. I mean, that's just one thing I just saw an R&D on, but yeah.
No, I want to bring up too, because Harry brought it up like 4 months ago, and it was actually pretty amazing. And the people in the room didn't realize how powerful of the statement what he made. And I still think about it today. And if I ask guys like Othello or any of these people that hate Israel just because they want it, because they think it's the fucking going trend.
It's because temperature open too.
Yeah. Well, you guys believe that the whole world is against Israel, but little do you know. Do you know how many countries are doing deals with Israel right now? Like Ireland, like China, like all these countries that you think hate Israel, but economically, they're in bed together. But you clubhouse fucking losers don't know that. I remember that day Harry rhymed off like 20 countries and how much money they were spending. Israel was spending with them and they were spending with Israel. And people in the room were like, oh. And it's so fucking, it's actually so annoying to hear you guys talk like this. Because it's sad, man. You're the parents of the future generation. And you're so like ill-informed and uneducated. I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to insult you in any which way. I wish you could learn and actually do some research instead of going into echo chambers like Amir's rooms, and all you're doing is being indoctrinated with bullshit and lies, and it's just being regurgitated. And then the problem is you end up regurgitating at another stage, and then people just don't say nothing. They don't speak up on it because they're like, it's not worth the argument. But to me, it is. Because I'm really serious. You're the future generation of the next children. And if you're going to be educating them like that, we're in big fucking trouble. Because you're so ill-informed. It's scary. Please, my brother. Just do a simple search of what Israel gives back to the United States and how the funding works.
I just put something in the chat. It's too long to read. And it's actually old. So it hasn't been updated. I think it's probably 5 or 6 years old, and it came about when there was the concept of boycotting, and it just showed like what happens if you boycott, like what you have to give up, including we could start with the cell phones that you're on and the Pentium chips, and then just so some of it is now there's new technology, but even if you just read the part about the medical and the medical devices, and God forbid any of you have kidney issues and need dialysis or any of the medications.
Mothers with breast cancer.
Yeah, I mean, so I put it in the chat. It's I don't know. It's an older document. There's newer stuff, but it just gives you an idea. This is also the country that had how many? 25 Nobel prizes.
Just this last year
alone. Yeah, I mean, and this is not
3,800
to do a commercial for
just last year alone.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just the point that yes, there's a lot for back, and outside of just the military and the intelligence information given back. There's just a lot of ingenuity that comes back into the United States. That was the point of it.
And it's sad because, and I always get these like Jew haters and Israeli haters every day because I just tell them, why stop supporting Israel right now? Stop. And they always scream, we don't support it. You're on this app, you're supporting Israel. So you're supporting Israel. Is Joseph Camp a Jew hater?
Wow.
And he's going to have some real legal issues. I mean, he's a leaker. Big time legal issues right now.
Maybe you know more about this. Did he also vote for or support Bernie Sanders as well?
Yes, he was a Democrat and a Sanders supporter. I mean, this guy's like all over the place.
It sounds like he was not very well vetted, and that's how he ended up in the position that he's in.
This is the head of our counterterrorism, and he has
it's frightening, isn't it?
to say about Israel. You know,
well, he had a lot to say.
He's in the meetings.
If a few months ago in a different position, I mean, the guy's kind of all over the place. But I think he's going to have some legal issues. We'll be reading about it.
I don't think with his role and he was supposed to focus on counterterrorism, but he had someone above him. It was also narcotics, right? So when you're talking about what he was read into completely, he's not going to know as much as a lot of people would think, because they keep those silos of information, operational security, like they just keep it OPSEC. So that way it's like need to know basis. So of course there's some assumptions knowing that he knows some things that are going on, but if you look at his actual role, he's counter narcotics. Right. So what was leaked, and I don't know, I was sending Abby stuff about it last night. Remember when there was a leak and the press got it, but they did not print it or go forth with an article because they did not want to put the service members at risk.
Yes.
So that's what that issue was right there. So that's why it's interesting to me. Are you making this decision based on your own personal reasons, right? Which you do, that's fair, but then, are you also looking at yourself and saying, are you highly sensitive to the fact or the thought of losing service members due to your own spouse, who was a CIA operative that was killed in I believe in Afghanistan? So it's kind of like, well, then what are we doing here then? Why is he doesn't see that he has that pair of sunglasses on, that he's not really processing it through, because I'm sure he has to be sensitive of that. And he mentioned that in his little, farewell, this is the reason why I'm going. But I don't think he was in the right silo. No, I didn't. And I didn't.
With Tucker Carlson?
No, I didn't on purpose, because I wanted to get some, without all of that, I wanted to just say what his role was, and then I wanted to be able to. So, but I will. Thank you.
Oh, and also let's be clear here. Like, we've seen this with Marjorie Taylor Greene. We've seen this with Liz Cheney. We've seen this with a bunch of other people. Like, oh look, Joe Kent is suddenly the darling of the mainstream media. You gotta ask yourself, why is that? It's like, well, he's somebody who was that the mainstream media, the liberal mainstream media, could attach to the Trump administration and say, oh look, this person disagrees with the Trump administration, right? And again, the mainstream media hated Marjorie Taylor Greene until she decided that she didn't like Trump anymore. The mainstream media they do this all the time. Liz Cheney is a perfect example. As soon as she was on as soon as she spoke ill of Trump on January 6th, I mean, look, you had John McCain's daughter, Meghan McCain, who hated Trump so much because of, and look, she has her reasons, I'm not going to say that, but she ended up landing a seat on the frickin' View. So, this is a media tactic, please be wary of this. I understand where people, Tucker Carlson has his own thoughts on Donald Trump as well, right? So, all of a sudden, Joe Kent leaves the administration, or leaves, close to an administration. Of course, the mainstream media is going to try to tie this to Trump and look at people are defecting the Trump administration. That's a really, really popular narrative for the Democrats to put out there in the months leading up to a midterm election.
It's not just a narrative. He has a lot to say. Maybe he does, but the reason from his own words, not even speculation.
But again, the reason he's getting the white glove treatment that he's getting from the mainstream media, and yes, Tucker Carlson, is because he's going against the Trump administration. It's not because he has anything good to say.
He was the director.
But if he said a bunch of positive stuff about Donald Trump and said, hey, I was in the Trump administration, I got a bunch of stuff, but I'm losing for personal reasons, I'm losing because my wife is about to give birth to a kid. You think the mainstream media is going out there and having every single interview show?
We go now to President Trump to get his thoughts on why so many people voted for him when he was clearly the worst possible choice for him.
He wrote it in that photo that I had you on. Because the American no, it's not even that. Donald Trump did. And it was literally in his memo, which I've never seen. And so once you put something like that in the memo, the shots are going to come out. What are you saying?
But he also closed his salutation it was my distinct honor to serve. The president. Well, no, I think he said under the Trump administration or this administration.
That's fine. And so now we need to hear his story. He couldn't wait. The second day.
But is there a possibility that he's almost too principled? And if you are too principled in a certain factor, then are you not going to be able to do what's best for America?
This is a weird Joe Biden.
But he was also under investigation from the FBI way before this. You guys know that, right?
No, I've never heard of that until just recently. That's why I think it's.
Well, also he was blocked by the FBI from investigating Charlie Kirk's murder. He said that in the interview.
which goes to show he was under investigation.
See, when you say he wasn't going to be investigated, you know, Charlie Kirk, they're claiming Israeli involvement. And so, you know, I just find it amazing that birds of a feather flock together. If you're a Jesuit, if you're a Catholic, if you're a Protestant, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Hindu, if you're a Buddhist, if you're a Jew, well, guess what? It turns out that the chimpanzees like to eat with the chimpanzees and the silverbacks like to eat with the silverbacks and the orangutans like to eat with the orangutans. That's what they found out from that movie, Planet of the Apes with Charlton Heston. And all I'm trying to say, Rabbono Shel Olam, is thank God we've got that Second Amendment, because we know the First Amendment, you can be censored. You can be deplatformed. You can be removed from the public consciousness. But that Second Amendment protects us from real tyrants, real fascists, real communists that are just tyrants, and they're tyrannical, but not Donald Trump, the most glorious prophet of Islam. Many people think Muhammad was the last prophet in the annals of Islamic and Muslim history, but it's actually Donald John Trump, DJT, the glorious orange one. He's liberating the people of Iran minute by minute with American liberators. And as a taxpayer who's already 40 trillion in the hole and 100 trillion in unfunded debt, I say fuck it. What's another 200 billion to liberate 100 million people from a tyrannical government that rules by Islamic dictate instead of laws, like our beautiful First and Second Amendment? So Rabbono Shel Olam, it's another Shabbos miracle. I'm just so happy this room's been going on for so many days. I'm sure there's so many people that have been emotionally devastated by this room. But let's not forget that this app is actually just an emotional medical device technology company. And we humans are so smart, we create ways to upset one another to peak maximum upsetness with the power of our words. Because if you're Jewish and you understand magic like the Kabbalah, well, you'll know that we're actually all just light trolls, or trolling lightly, kind of like the Miller High Life that I enjoy with an orange juice on the rocks with a little cinnamon on top with the foam. Rabbono Shel Olam, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotah v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat b'nei Pri Hagafen. Everybody, raise it up if you got it. If you got it, raise it up. Rabbono Shel Olam, liberating Iran minute by minute, day by day.
Shabbat shalom, John.
I'm raising my Aperol Spritz. So the person who asked or said that they blocked him from investigating Charlie Kirk's assassination, well, why would they let him? If you look closely at what his role was in DNI under Tulsi, why would he be investigating that? So I haven't heard the interview. I will, but it's interesting that people are like, oh, trying to make another tentacle of doubt. Why would he be given that information or be tasked to do that underneath his role and exactly what agency he's working for? That doesn't make sense.
Why would he bring it up in the interview?
Again, there's a lot of because maybe he wanted to, and maybe he sat there and said, well, that's not under your purview. We already have a team for that. We already have X, Y, and Z. You're not read in on X, Y, and Z. Do you see what I'm saying? When you're counter narcotics, then why are you investigating that? Just in layman's thought term.
You said he was
he
was the director of the whole operation. What do you mean?
Counter, but his focus. Never mind. I will just say it one more time, and then I'll go.
Where do you see that specific?
Let me Google that for you, Othello.
Exactly. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go on.
I didn't know Clubhouse was a Google search, Othello. You know, if you really think that the Israelis assassinated Charlie Kirk and it wasn't some trans liberal Furby like Kash Patel tells us, well, I don't know what planet you live on where you can't trust the head of the FBI, Othello.
On the Office of the Director of National Intelligence,
And it says that in this role, he led the U.S. counterterrorism and counter-narcotics. So I think that's disingenuous to make it seem like he only focused on counter-narcotics.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with the murder of a private citizen?
Thank you.
That's insane, dude. Like, respectfully.
It wasn't on government property.
You have to look at everything.
He wasn't an asset.
Counterterrorism. Wouldn't you have to look at everything?
So, okay, so if the going narrative on Charlie Kirk was that he was killed by Tyler Robinson, who was a private citizen, what the heck does that have to do with
I can't join the President Trump out.
Would he be considered, one, would he be considered a domestic terrorist? Two, what if he didn't believe, what if they didn't believe that it was Tyler? Why wouldn't they look at everything?
Right, but again, if what you're saying, you're speaking in doublespeak here, which is, let's just say the running government narrative from the FBI is that Charlie Kirk was killed by a private citizen. So then, therefore, the whole government narrative surrounding this entire thing, the bullshit conspiracy theory is that they're trying to cover up, and their story is that by Tyler Robinson, and this guy's in the government. He's going, this is not true. I think it was really by Mossad. I think that Charlie Kirk was really killed by Mossad. Then don't you think it would be in their best interest to be like, yeah, you need to go another direction? Again, I don't believe that this to be true. I believe that Charlie Kirk was killed by Tyler Robinson and not by Mossad. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that I did. Then wouldn't the government have every single reason to step in to a guy who's a counterterrorism expert and a drug expert or a narcotics expert and say, hey, there's nothing to see here. This doesn't have to do with counterterrorism. This doesn't have to do with you. This is not in your purview.
No, but I understand that, Philo. Why was he blocked?
That's an answer to your question.
No, but being blocked is totally different, guys.
Okay, so if he's the director, he's not going to sit there and look over every death, every single private citizen that is shady. How many people get killed randomly by people?
He wasn't your random private citizen. Right? Come on, he was a huge public figure.
Okay, but listen, never mind. You don't understand how the government works. So I'll just.
Oh, I know. You understand everything on how the government works. Yes, Nobody knows nothing. Only you do.
Yes, that's true. I only work for the government.
Like how the whole things after the fact were very suspect, and they were blocked from looking into it. Like how he jumped down from the building, and the gun being disassembled and all that stuff. I think that's what he was telling Tucker.
Sure, and you can believe all of that and still acknowledge the fact that this guy who's snooping around the government, who's in counterterrorism and narcotics, and then goes after Charlie Kirk, that somebody in a higher up position might go, yeah, you don't have the purview to go anywhere near that. And then he gets blocked from that. That seems pretty arresting.
Chloe wanted me to read for PTR to the room. You guys see it?
Let me look.
Okay. This is Joe Kent's tweet on, when was it? I'm going to try to find the date here. 1/8/2020. 20 what? You know, like I'm missing the rest of the year.
August. It's August.
Oh, this past August. Okay. Definitely, I personally think we should have crushed their ballistic and nuke capes, but Trump has a plan. He has definitely earned the confidence of any clear-eyed observer.
That was That was at 2020, Abby.
Okay. I'm just reading Chloe's. Chloe, do you want to put something else in the chat? The subject was around thanks. I mean, there's all kinds of inconsistent tweets.
Okay, so that came from 2020. Is that what you're saying, KK?
Yes, it's in Chloe's picture.
She was just referring to the subject of Iran. It looks like nothing about, you know what I mean? Of course you would want to know his views all the way through. It doesn't matter what year, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, that's part of the whole screening process. They drill you with that to see if there's any, any personal thoughts or whatever that you could be an actual threat to what the overall mission is for the department. I mean, they screen you like that. It's gnarly. It's not like basic governmental clearance screening.
It's an intense test. It's a very intense test.
And listen, he like everyone else. I don't like when people like dig up these tweets or things from 10, 20, 15 years ago, because people are allowed to change their minds, you know. So I'll go listen to the Hunter Kent interview. Who liked it? Who else? Did you guys like it or what?
I think Beaver did it. You watched the whole thing or no?
I watched most of it. I wasn't giving it my 100% attention, but yeah, the main things were, I think he didn't think that it was an imminent threat. Iran was an imminent threat, and then they also mentioned he was blocked from investigating Charlie Kirk. I think those were the two takeaways, really, and it wasn't really any groundbreaking.
And well, he also said that Charlie Kirk stopped him in the Oval Office and said, "You have to make sure that we do not go to war with Iran."
Yeah, he did say something like that. Yeah, that's true.
And just to be clear here, if you start a sentence with, "I think the Jews are responsible for blank," that gets you a spot on Tucker Carlson in 2026.
Did he say Jews?
I'm just saying. Like Tucker, I used to have a lot of respect for Tucker. I don't anymore.
So the way I think this guy is probably puts the media in a real tough position is because he's an 11-time combat vet, and that really gives you like a prestige that it makes it really tough. Even if if he's probably wrong about something, it's like, how do we handle this? You know, because who would be harder to criticize than someone like that? Like, even if the points on their merit don't stand.
Someone that was in those meetings, like he's.
I'm saying that, but they have to really be delicate with how they criticize him.
But the media is not criticizing Joe Kent, though. They're looking at him with a newfound respect because he dared to go against the Trump administration. So the media, he's a darling in the media right now.
Right. I should have said like the right media, like the right side media, and maybe the administration and whatnot. They got to be really.
Hey, Beaver. Hey, I just want to let you know, I'm not discrediting his service, but your statement of 11-time deployment. I want you to understand. I knew Marines that had over 18 deployments, but they were mechanics on a FOB. You know, so just putting that out there.
Yeah, he lost his life too, right? I'm just saying, like, that's probably part of I don't know, they probably consider this how they respond to whatever allegations he's making.
He was a paramilitary officer.
But what right-wing media is using, is going hands off with him right now? Fox News. The Trump administration's obviously pissed at him because they think he was a Laker, so they're not going gloves off. And then the left-wing media and Tucker Carlson, again, this guy's trying to drum up conspiracies about Charlie Kirk. Of course, Tucker's going to go nuts about it. Again, I'm trying to figure out who it is that is trying to go be careful with this guy. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
You gone on with Sean yet? Has he, Sean Ryan? I think Sean might be kind of, pluck his brain better, switch him up, and see what his narratives are.
Obviously Tucker's anxious to have this guy on. He's going against the Trump administration, and Tucker has been very, very openly against the war in Iran. So this guy's going, and again, the mainstream media, your CNNs, your kind of legacy media, of course they're going to be excited about this guy.
Yeah, all initial, the very first, because that's the hot booking, right? So when especially for Hunter's team, that's the hot booking. Everybody wants him to have the first interview. But then why Hunter? Why did he say yes to Hunter? Because he knew Hunter was going to be a little bit more open to everything that he's going to have to say, because he knew Hunter would like what he said, right? Why didn't he even just have do his own video or whatnot and share what he wanted to share. But I think it's interesting. One, he went directly first to Hunter, and then two, the speed of it, like going from there to that. Like, regardless if you're now a civilian, you're no longer a governmental employee, you still have to adhere to a lot of the security rules of what you can say, what you can't say, to include like what you write down on books as well. That has to always be cleared as well. So I think it's kind of odd that you would go like the next day.
So you're saying you're talking about Tucker, not Hunter. I'm hearing Hunter.
Sorry. I'm doing three things at one time.
Oh no, you're good.
Is Tucker a part of any legacy media? He's not, right? Like, he went straight to like the podcast realm.
No, he was at Fox News for
He was on CNN for a long time, and Fox.
But he's on his own now, right?
Yeah, it was sort of. Yeah, more or less he's on his own, depending on who you ask. But yeah, more or less he's on his own.
Straight to a podcaster instead of going through legacy media.
I would be very hesitant to call Tucker an independent journalist at this point, considering who he's allegedly taking a crap load of money from. Cough, Qatar, cough.
Well, no one saw this coming. Like, this is almost like if Kash Patel would have defected, which I don't think he ever will. Didn't he make like a book of himself as like some dragon protecting Trump? I don't think he'd ever do that.
I got a question.
If they find a market, like if Tucker finds a market where if he starts criticizing Israel or whatever, and he's like, wow, look at my numbers, kind of thing, or Candace Owens, and they find this niche, like, I mean, that could explain it. Sorry, go ahead, Father.
The numbers are generating big numbers because it's sensational. It's not any different than the National Enquirer.
What are you guys' thoughts on the news that I received that the CIA was wanting to kill Tucker for whatever reason? I mean, does anybody know exactly what that's all about?
The CIA.
Sensational National Enquirer.
Is that coming from Father?
I don't know.
Tucker said it. Tucker came out and said that.
And doesn't Candace Owens also think that like there's all this
the Jewish spy balloons,
right,
or something like that?
I don't know. I just wish her a yeast infection to get. If I have like all this power as a Jew, that's what I wish upon her for the rest of her life. And him, I wish jock itch to him.
Wow. Maybe that's why Candace is always screaming.
But you liked Tucker at one point and Candace Owens, no? Or maybe not. But just correct me.
What?
Did you like Tucker and Candace at one point?
I mean, I used to watch him on Fox.
Yeah.
I always thought he was a bit smug. Like, I'm a Hannity person. I like him much more. I loved O'Reilly when he was on. I'm sure you guys can jump on me and say that he was bad, but I really liked him.
I love O'Reilly.
Yeah, Tucker was he was really good, and Tucker was never my favorite. I just felt he was smug, and she, I don't know. I didn't really. I mean, I was never ingratiated by it, but maybe other people were. But somehow she really shifted.
She was really, really good for a period of time. So she was really bad when she started. She actually went on Rogue, and he absolutely destroyed her in a podcast. She really didn't know her stuff at all. And then to her credit, she got educated. She read a lot, got really, really interesting, and read up a lot, and became, with the Brexit movement and all this kind of stuff, was a really interesting figure in American politics. She joined with TPUSA at this point and was, I wouldn't say shadowing Charlie Kirk, but there was rumors that the two of them were together and all this other type of stuff. But anyways, she was well connected with Turning Point USA and became a lot more mainstream and became a mainstream political figure. That she joined Daily Wire for a while, and then at a period of time, you can all make your assumptions as to why it was or whatever. But she just completely went off the rails and became completely just embroiled in sort of like.
Did they have a falling out, Ben? Her and Ben Shapiro? What happened there?
This what you will, but what I think ended up. Again, this is just my gut reaction, and again, this is tabloid stuff. My reaction is she made a move on Marley. He refused her and ended up dating the blonde chick, and that pissed her off, and that led to their falling out. But there's a lot of speculation as to why she left. And then obviously, like I said, she ended up with Daily Wire with Ben Shapiro's organization. So, and that ended.
I loved her Kamala series. Her Kamala series was spot on. It was so good.
She's done some amazing work. She really has.
Kiki, did you like the Macron thing? Like, what were you? Did you like that?
What was that? I'm sorry.
The stuff she did on Brigitte Macron.
Yes, that was good too. She brought all the receipts and facts, and I like doubled down and looked into it myself, and like, oh yeah, she's right. Timeline. Yeah.
So is it a man, you say?
Yeah.
It's a man.
That's his name is Jean-Michel.
Jeez. But like, where did these folks? Did they start creeping in the QAnon territory at that point? Like, I kind of dish Candace Owen and Tucker Carlson, probably for the most part, probably the last 2 years. I mean, no different than I dished Fox News 5 years ago. Like, I just dished all those people because they're all beholden to something. You know what I mean? They all go, like Abby's saying, it's all sensualism and clicks and money, and they're not really. At some point, it's almost like they don't believe what they're saying. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I just gave up on that. You know what I mean? Like, at one point, it felt like they were organic, right, Ben? I mean, it felt like it was. Well, like they were really doing reporting, like it was real. You know what I mean? Now they're all fighting. At that point, then they were all fighting over who could be the most salacious right winger at that point until they ran into Dick Fuentes like Candace Owen did and realized he was a game for it. You know what I mean?
So here's my thoughts on Tucker. So Tucker was, again, we all know his background at MSNBC and then Fox and all that, and then he got fired from Fox and then started his own organization. He's actually from where I live up here in Maine. And I actually had a conversation with Pepe about this morning, actually. And Tucker was really, really interesting for a period of, I don't know, about 6 months or so, because he like, it was, here's a journalist who has really deep embedded ties into the Trump administration, et cetera. His son works for JD Vance. Like he's somebody who's really, really, really interesting perspectives on a wide variety of issues. And now that he's fully independent and not beholden to anybody, you can actually hear kind of a peek behind the curtain. And so that was kind of like, oh my gosh, wow, this is going to be really, really good. And he became really, really popular for that reason. Is like, I'm starting my own YouTube channel. I'm going to do this stuff. Like, it's going to be long frame kind of stuff like this. And it's going to be content around whatever it was once a week or something like that. And he would just come out and talk about the news of the day, but doing it from a really, really fascinating perspective. And it really was much watched journalism. And I don't know at what point this happened, how far along into this process. He had the awesome opportunity to interview Vladimir Putin and fly to Russia. And when he did, it was like, okay, here's an opportunity for an independent journalist who's not beholden to a network to really ask hard-hitting questions of this pseudo-dictator in Russia. And what it was a cupcake dog and pony show for how great Russia was. I don't know how else to call it that. If you watch the documentary and come away with anything else.
Yeah, I watched that. Then you realize that the words he chooses to say over there, they can hold him.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. But also with like the grocery store scene of that I think it was towards the end of it, where he just talked about how lovely it was and all this kind of stuff. And then even more recently, he bought a house in Qatar, which, like, there's a bunch of other stuff where it suddenly became like, well, wait a second. The entire brand of Tucker post Fox was the fact that he is an independent journalist, and he's not beholden to anybody. And then all of a sudden it became, well, wait a second, is he beholden to anybody? And who is supporting him and who is funding him? And I'm sorry, he started pushing conspiracy theories. He started pushing he wasn't just quote unquote asking questions anymore. He was asking questions and pushing narratives. So again, if you like Tucker, if you want to watch the show regularly, that's fine.
Ribono Shalom, is this the Tucker Carlson complaint hotline?
Who did he use for recommendation for his son? Was it Hunter Biden that he was friends with? And then he was always bashing the Biden family. Or am I misremembering this? I thought he used someone for a recommendation for his son to get into school somewhere.
I know that his son is working. I know one of his sons, anyways, is working for the. It's a like a press secretary or something like that for Vance. Thank you for the vice president.
When I look at the Tucker Carlsons, when I look at the Candace Owens, when I look at the Charles Burks, and most recent Joseph Kent, there seems to be a growing movement of right-wingers that want to, I guess, scale back their support for Israel. And that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing growing on that side. So it's interesting that those two would connect, and that.
Othello, if it ain't Jews, it ain't news. Come on, Othello. It's fucking propaganda. They're content pushers. They push content.
Let Othello finish. Othello, go ahead, finish.
And so for Joseph Kent to be in such a high position, director of counterterrorism, not just like somewhere in the office, the director of it, and to come out and push these sentiments, which at one point in time was considered crazy when Candace Owens says it, but to literally put it in his memo after being in those meetings, there seems to be this growing movement where people feel like they're not putting America first. And these are right-wingers. And I don't know what it's going to morph into.
There's some investigation, Othello, yeah? There's a Qatar connection, a big Qatar connection. And I think that as this gets investigated, as Tucker gets it, there's just finding, but there may be that common denominator. You see that common denominator in a lot of the issues in the universities. It keeps coming back to Qatar and money. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I can flood the chat with articles about this. But I think as this investigation goes forward, we're going to learn more. But there's definitely that common denominator.
Yeah, just ask the room the question, what do you guys think of Sean Ryan? Because I truly enjoy him because he's had pretty diverse group of individuals that came on, and he's been pretty independently aggressive with individuals.
I don't know who he is. If you want to drop a link.
Yeah, Sean Ryan.
He's a former Navy SEAL, I believe.
Yeah, former Navy SEAL. He was a Navy SEAL. He got out. He ended up making a minute career in the CIA, and then he got fired because he did drugs, and he admitted to it, and he went to independent journalist, and he ended up having a lady who was a campaign fundraiser for Joe Biden, and ended up she ended up spilling a lot of the guts, and poor lady got targeted by the far left Democrats. But yeah, Sean Ryan show. I'll try and drop a link.
See, Abby, I think you're kind of deflecting with regards to what Othello is trying to put forward. Othello, why don't you go ahead and say the quiet part out loud that you're referring to?
I just noticed patterns. And this Joseph thing just blew everything out of the water.
You're a pattern recognition person. That's interesting. I think most people recognize patterns.
Megatron, we're having a tough time here. If you sit down just a little bit, I think we can hear you. You just start cracking up. Okay.
Yeah, and then try not to be so triggered.
All right, I might be restarting the room because this thing is kind of, jacked up right now.
Say Jack.
People, not you. People have been removed at one point. I don't even know. This is from last night when I think I modded everybody and we were talking about the situation that happened last time. And it's getting weird numbers in the hallways. It just doesn't seem right. So I might just go into solo mode and just throw up a room, guys. Maybe give me half hour or so and do one or two things, but I appreciate it. This is actually another room that went a whole, basically almost 2 days. So that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty funny how we just do that. But
been some of the funnest rooms, bro, in a long time.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, it's been fun.
Kind of like the old days, Jack, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, exactly.
Matt, I think Sarah has a lot of people blocked. So just for future reference, man, you think maybe...
Well, we got a new game plan, and you'll probably see what will happen here. We're going to give it a try, and hopefully it works. No guarantees, but I think the extended rooms seem to be a pretty big hit, right? I mean, it seems like everybody just wants a room to hang out in at any hour and see their favorite characters show up and make a mess of it. So, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna do that and close down. Everybody go get drinks, do whatever you need to do.
Basketball.
Yeah, I'm actually watching that in the distance here. I haven't had a chance to watch any of it.
I'm totally right now watching NBA right now.
Beaver, what do you think of St. Louis?
I was going to say, Miss KK, I sent you a message last night. I was told by the military community to reach out to you. So, yeah, just figured to let you know, Miss KK.
Are you killing the room now, Matt, or are you keeping it open until you open the other one?
Oh, no, I'll close it down completely.
Okay.
And, Beaver, did you want to answer Abby's question?
Yeah, because they looked really good, so I can still do a futures on them, like with crazy odds.
I think Michigan will probably kill them, but it is March Madness, so I don't want to tell you one way or the other, but I would say I don't think they can get past Michigan.
It's 30,000 to 1.
I was
Is it 30,000?
Sports better, Abby, but that's kind of funny. That's awesome.
That's funny. 30,000 to 1.
No, but he knows there's some like really insane odds on these long shots.
Who do you go through?
Oh, either Station or MGM.
Okay. Fair enough.
I want to let some.
Really well.
I hate to interrupt, but I want to let some people in this room know that I am reporting you. And the truth is, there are words that we can't say, like the R word, and I am the R word.
Cool. All right. See you guys at the next room / whatever.
Don't see you then, man. Thanks.
God bless, guys.
Is the R word retard?
I am retarded.
All right, y'all. What happened with Ajax? Oh, is Ajax still there? I didn't even see him on stage.
Awful, horrible, terrible. It's just so awful, bro, that you had this terrible room for like 3 days straight. There were so many awful, horrible, terrible people that came in here that just made it such an awful, horrible, terrible experience. But I'm sure we're going to meet some...
Bitch ass. You're a bitch ass. Get over it.
I have Acek on record roasting me for the Chicago mayoral campaign. And he's like, no one's going to trust you, bro, because I have no faith in you and I wouldn't vote for you. It is the funniest interaction, and I am using it in my campaign materials. Thank you, Dr. Acek.
He's an amazing man. Amazing man. He's royalty on the app.
He's fearless. This man is fearless. I would go to war with him. He would be unstoppable. I would promote him to a 5-star general of the South Sudanese army if I could.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
He'd be a nurse at best.
See you guys.
I live currently in Philly, so I congregate.
Stinning, Kaylee, Callie, however you say it. Rabono Shalom. I'm laughing about the collectibles market because I have this Donald Trump, Make America Great Again hat. And in the future, I can already people saying like, oh, he's got that back. It's like, you don't know what a collectible is? It's called the collectibles marketplace, not the complaint marketplace. Oh.
I read the room in seconds, count exits with my eyes. I finish every sentence before it even arrives.
Okay, so you want some more Clubhouse? Let's see what we can find. Let's see what Megatron can find. We found it.
Yeah, I'm frying some chicken. Get off here now for this man do some investigation of who I am.
This is Megatron.
Nigga, Megatron came on here with the super troll. Yo, bro, it's Friday. I get it. What's going on, Megatron?
Are you the commander of Negatron?
No, we're not doing this tonight, bro. You gonna act normal? I don't know who you are, but you gonna act normal?
I am here to speak with the Supreme Commander and Master of Negatron.
Breath ass. Not breath ass. Think it breath ass. Middle smelling breath ass. Megatron breath ass. Yo, Megatron, yo, smelling ass. Diesel fluid smelling ass.
You don't get garlic on your cheese pizza.
Americans so weird, man. Shut the fuck up.
You smelled the inside of a female.
When was the last time you smelled the inside of your shoe?
Yeah, my son is an asshole. Yo, Megatron, what's the last porno you watch? I know you got a fucking crazy history.
You acting kind of wild tonight, Terrell.
Damn.
Nah, I'm just saying. Yo, Megatron.
Sounds to me like you need to go out and try to meet some people. Try to get on Hinge and meet a beautiful woman. Maybe go on Bumble.
I know the history on your cookies look crazy. You probably be watching all type of shit, bro. Yo, Megatron, tell us, bro, what's ever porno you be watching?
You're projecting.
I'm not projecting. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, to be honest with you, I'll probably be done called a 25-year-old right now. But, yo, Megatron,
Nick
you
Cell.
be doing what you doing right now, you ought to be spanking your monkey every night. So what's going on? What type of porno you be watching, bro?
Nick Cell of Negatron. Nick Cell of Negatron.
Oh, shit. No, this is wild. Yo, Megatron, what's going on, man?
I'm just here to have open discussions with future slaves.
How many people in your home right now? How many people?
Name of this room is called Open Discussions.
Yo, Megatron, you hear me, man?
I have perfect hearing because
Transformers next to you, man. You got
I am from a
alphabet people next to you.
I am from a solar system 100,000 light years away. I have been battling Optimus Prime for the past 2 millennia.
And you think that you're going to tell me on a Friday evening, you nigsaw, that you are here for open discussions? I am here to plan for the invasion of your planet.
That nigga be spanking his shit hard, bro. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I got a few joints that you... Where you live at, Megatron? Where you live at?
I was born in... He kicked me.
Thank you.
Too late.
Buddy was burning my ears up.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm leaving to see what's behind it.
Like, you sound like.
Yeah, well, if that is the case, then that changes things, because I feel like if he was just saying that you commit the fallacies, like you commit a Montebello fallacy, and then you guys questioned him, then yeah, I would say that he could identify the structure without knowing which one is the Bailey or the Mott. But then if he specifically said, do you know what a Mott and Bailey is?
Yeah, exactly. That was.
I never said no. I never said, do you know what a Mott and Bailey is? No. I said, do you know what a Mott and Bailey fallacy is? No.
No. He said, do you know what a Mott and Bailey fallacy is?
Yes.
That's the verb.
Not what a Mott and Bailey is.
Correct. He said, you know what a Mott and Bailey fallacy is? And I said, what is the Bailey? Where was the Bailey? Yeah. He said, I don't know what a Bailey is. So, in that argument, who's the baddest around?
Well, it's difficult because you're, I feel like,
Bima, stick with me and gather your thoughts, man.
Bima, this is Megatron. I have come to enslave planet Earth from low IQ socialists like yourself. You are easy pickings. Silence yourself. This is Megatron speaking. I have been battling Optimus Prime for the past 1,000 years across the solar system.
Israeli-Palestinian fucking conflict. Why are you not in Iran? You should not be on fucking Clubhouse, okay?
No one here cares about your consent agreements and your stupid power words. You are weak, Bima, and you will be our slave. But Optimus Prime is standing in our way from total decimation of your planetary system. And Chillism and Nathan the artist, the low IQ zombie of Clownhouse who can't stop creating these brain rot rooms, we will enslave him too.
I knew it was Kitover. I knew it was Kitover. Kitover, do you know what? I was going to say this has to be Kitover, but you gave away one of your phrases. You gave yourself right away. Okay, do you want to hang out or do I have to move you? Okay, hang out. Hang out. So this is my...
assemble.
So this is who is that your son? Kitover?
That is Optimus Prime, my arch nemesis. I have been battling him for 1,000 years.
Okay, so this is ultimately what's going on. I think
this is a bigger conflict.
Incan can absolutely
spans count.
Mute Optimus Prime. Mute him.
Is this kid over a goo?
Next time Optimus Prime opens his mouth, mute him or put him in the goo where he belongs.
Circumstantial
Tell me why. Go ahead.
Yeah, hold on. So Bima, so acknowledge that at the very beginning of his statement, he says, do you know what knowledge does? Right? So he's not actually addressing an argument that knowledge is made at all, but what he's doing right now is setting him up to insult him by placing a quote-unquote fallacy there to like his pattern of behavior. So this is the first like unfortunate mistake that he made here, right? Do you agree or disagree?
I heavily disagree. No. You don't know. Let me prove it. Your knowledge, are you there?
What's going on?
Your knowledge, are you there?
Do you think
your knowledge? Can you get off the mic real quick? I just want to bite you some gas real quick. No, knowledge. Get up, like.
Oh, yeah, stop taking care of your business.
Anyway, let's give me a second. Okay. Give me a second. All right, appreciate it. There you go. Come on, you. Oh, with the wife. Okay, gotcha.
This nigga had to say white so this nigga to pick up.
God damn.
Oh my God, bro. You honestly hear when Don is not here, bro. Holy shit, bro.
All right, Bima, check this out, right? So we know that there's like this line of attack here, and I just ran this, right? So like it's pretty clear that he is trying to insult knowledge is a good name. Okay, so this is like when I use the word authority is because he's positioning himself as a know-it-all. Like he knows
That's not
about
true.
knowledge.
I disagree.
Hold on, man.
But you, who have defied the law, you who have conquered by subtlety your force, I am the God who giveth all. $20 I ask you to sacrifice. Nothing at mine altar. I am the God who giveth all. 20 with life, love, fantasy.